Tinubu should withdraw Nigeria from Organization of Islamic Countries (OIC) and other Islamic bodies, Group urged Tinubu. Hello everyone and welcome back to Niger Star News. Today we are discussing a pressing issue that has sparked debate across Nigeria. Groups are now urging President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to remove Nigeria from the Organization of Islamic Cooperation (OIC) and all other international Islamic bodies. The argument: Nigeria must remain a secular state as stated in the Constitution. In this video, we will break down the key points of this growing controversy, why some Nigerians believe the country's membership in the OIC contradict the Constitution, and what this means for the nation's future. Stay with us until the end as we explore every angle of this discussion. Professor Funmilayo Adesanya Davis, the Secretary of the Elders Council of the Nigeria Supreme Council for Ecclesiastical Affairs, recently made a bold call. She urged President Tinubu to withdraw Nigeria from the OIC and about 20 other international Islamic organizations. She insists that Nigeria's membership in this organization undermines the country's status as a secular nation. Speaking in an exclusive interview with Rudolph Okonkwo on 90 Minutes Africa, Professor Davis stated, President Tinubu must take decisive action. At his age, he should focus on fixing Nigeria, not just handling problems on the surface, but addressing their root causes. One of those root causes is Nigeria's membership in these Islamic organizations. She further recalled that former President Muhammad Buhari, during his tenure, removed Nigeria from nearly 100 international bodies due to financial constraints. She questioned why the country is still funding its membership in these Islamic groups while facing economic challenges. Professor Davis emphasized that Nigeria, by law, is a secular state. According to her, while individual Muslim groups are free to join international Islamic organizations, Nigeria as a country should not. She insists that the Constitution must be upheld and the nation's secular status should not be compromised. Another major issue she raised is the recent move to introduce Sharia courts in the Southwest. She described this as an attempt to undermine the country's secular status and warned that it could lead to deeper religious divisions. Backing Professor Davis' stance, Thinking Hard, an associate group of Christian soul winners worldwide in Nigeria, has also demanded Nigeria be withdrawn from the OIC. The group's chairman, Professor Ebitimi Wega, argued that Nigeria is not an Islamic country and should not be part of an organization that primarily serves Islamic interests. Professor Wega also strongly opposed the expansion of Sharia law beyond northern Nigeria. He believes that Sharia law, which govern Islamic societies, should not be enforced in states that do not have a Muslim majority. According to him, in the 12 northern states where Sharia is practiced, non-Muslims have already faced significant challenges. Expanding Sharia to other regions, he warns, could lead to further religious tension. He also pointed out that the version of Sharia practiced in Nigeria is extreme. He cited instances where rape victims were sentenced to death for alleged adultery and cases of religious killings, such as the brutal murder of a female student in northern Nigeria over religious disagreement. Professor Wega further highlighted that Nigeria's membership in the OIC contradicts Section 10 of Nigeria's Constitution, which clearly states, the government of the federation or of a state shall not adopt any religion as a state religion. He accused both federal and state government of violating this constitutional provision and called for an immediate end to any government funding or support for religious organizations. Another area of concern is the existence of Hizbah, an Islamic police force that enforces Sharia law in some northern states. Professor Wega argued that law enforcement should be the responsibility of the Nigerian police, a national institution and not a religious body. This is not the first time such demands have been made. Years ago, the Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) met with former President Buhari, urging him to withdraw Nigeria from the OIC and other religious organizations. CAN argued that Nigeria's membership in such groups directly violates the secular nature of the state as enshrined in the Constitution. Despite these calls, the government did not take any action at the time. Many Christian leaders are also raising concern about religious intolerance, terrorism, and kidnapping, which they claim have been fueled by religious extremism. They argue that elements of radical Islam have disregarded the peaceful teachings of Quran and instead promoted violence and oppression. Professor Wega and other Christian scholars are urging all patriotic Nigerians to resist any attempt to impose religious laws on the country. They insist that Nigeria must operate as a truly secular state where no religion is given preferential treatment. So what happened next? Will President Tinubu listen to these demands and remove Nigeria from the OIC and other Islamic organizations? Or will the government continue to maintain its membership despite opposition from various groups? This is a conversation that affects all Nigerians, regardless of religious background. What do you think? Should Nigeria remain in the OIC or should it withdraw to uphold its secular status? Let us know in the comment section. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Naija Star News for more updates on national issues. See you in the next video.